a good look at the newly designed Homestead-Miami Speedway here in Homestead, Florida. Mile and a half, 20 degrees of progressive banking in the turns, and a sellout crowd of over 70,000 on a beautiful day in South Florida. Beautiful day for Bill Elliott. Underdale Jarrett continues to lead. We'll try and get you through the field before something happens. Dave, take it away.
Remember on that last stop, Bill Elliott changed no tires. He only took on fuel. They did that earlier in the race. Their lap times didn't fall off. They saw only slight wear on the tires that would alarm them in any way. So it was a good change then. It's a good change now. Jimmy Johnson started this run in 11th place. He moved his way all the way up to second. The car is very good. The last adjustment, a little wedge in air to fix a tight condition. Matt?
Tony Stewart had closed it on Bill Elliott, but then he couldn't close anymore. Jimmy Johnson got by. Tony just keyed the mic and told Greg Zipadelli, the car is now a little tick tight in the center. I need help on that on the next stop, Marty.
Matt working lap 182, and just one lap to go. Kevin Harvick radioed his crew, said the car is starting to get real tight, looking for hopefully their last stop of the day at lap 205. Bill?
Johnny Benson came to Florida, won a fishing tournament on Monday, won another one here inside the track on Wednesday. Now he's trying to reel in the leaders in a car that gets better the longer they stay green. Matt?
Jamie McMurray will tell you they feel like 4 times this year they've let a race win get away, trying to close out the season with a win. The 2-tire stop on the last, they put on a set of scuffs that showed loose during happy hour to try to free that race car up, but it is still not enough, still tight. Meanwhile, his teammate Sterling Marlin hasn't had a top 5 finish since last September in 2002. The car is still a little tick on the tight side. Tony Glover keeps yelling at him, you're driving in way too deep, Bill.
Jeff Gordon getting passed by the 18 of Bobby Labonte, took just right side tires. Under that condition, the 24 car is just too tight with just the 2 right side tires. Matt?
Bobby just jumped into that 8th spot on the last caution. They took on 4 tires when they really wanted to do a gas and go. He'd run over some debris on 2 separate occasions, had a cut on the right front, but it wasn't leaking air. Lucky break for the 18. Marty.
Matt, Rusty Wallace is in the 10th position, kind of the lowest he's been since early in the race. Billy Wilburn just asked him, is everything okay? Rusty came back and said, yeah, we got a great car, just too tight in the center right now. Alan?
So Rusty has faded back to the number 10 spot now. 26 cars on the lead lap, about to be 25, as Bill Elliott, the race leader, comes up to try and overtake Kenny Wallace and put him a lap in arrears. Working through the field, let's go back and continue on down. Bill, you got the 11th place driver?
I sure do. That'd be Todd Bodine having a good day. Think they can get a top 10 here, Alan. But right now, Todd just says the car is way too tight. They'll try and fix that on what could be their final green flag stop. Behind him, Mark Martin, and the last radio transmission from him to the pits, something we've heard a lot this season from some of the Roush guys. The motor's just not strong enough. Upstairs, Alan.
Jimmy Spencer was just in and out of pit road on a green flag stop, and now here's Dale Jr. in, Dave.
And his car was getting a lot tighter. The last time he pitted, they made a slight air adjustment. The car was actually better, but this time he needed a wedge adjustment because it was getting tighter and tighter. Marty?
On Ward Burton's last stop, as we go back to through the field, he restarted 15th on a 2-tire stop, came on immediately, said, I don't like this, car sliding everywhere, but now, car's pretty good. Dave?
Jeremy Mayfield brought out the last caution for a cut left rear tire. Since then, he's been all quiet. He restarted 26th, and now he is all the way up to, I'm still going up the chart, 14th. Very good. Joe Nemechek in the 01 car, his car was a little bit tight, so the last time he came in, they made a track bar adjustment to loosen up that car. It's better. The 5 car of Terry Labonte, well, guys, he has had problems with a broken tailpipe. Now, sometimes you would think that would put fumes in the car. That's not his problem. The tailpipe runs right underneath the seat. It is not his head that hurts. It's the other end of him. It's hot on Terry's seat right now. They're going to give him this material next time he comes in for a pit stop. Let him decide which pieces will work best to help his hot seat. Matt?
Tim Brewer not here for Kevin LePage. Crew chief by committee, a 2-tire change on the last stop for Kevin LePage. He jumped all the way up to 11th. No changes, but the car is still a little bit on the tight side for the former Busch winner here at Homestead. And also Kurt Busch back out on the racetrack. Every point crucial, every position will determine whether he'll jump back into 10th in points. At this juncture, he is 18 markers out of being on the stage in New York. They are working diligently to try to get Kurt on the stage for New York.
They got Terry Labonte running in 16th, Matt, and Kurt right now in 41st. Ryan Newman is the next car. He might catch for a position. Ryan also back out on the racetrack in 40th place. And they are 108 down to the leader, respectively. How about that beat-up race car, Marty?
It's a beat-up race car, but this team has had so much success this year, worked so hard in the garage to get back out on the racetrack, actually went out, came back in to change all the spark plugs so the car just was not running. They're going to have a big fishing tournament tomorrow, and BP, guess who's paying for the big fishing tournament on the 12 team?
Altel.
You are! They took the BP Challenge bonus, saved it, and that's what's paying for their fishing trip tomorrow. So they told me to tell you thanks.
And they didn't even invite me.
No, you're not invited,
nice.
BP. That wasn't very nice, was it? I thought about that.
Terrible.
See, Ryan Newman came into the day in 4th position in the championship standings. Looks like he's going to end up finishing in 6th. And the difference between 4th and 6th, well, let's see, 4th pays $1.075 million, 6th pays $780,000. You want to do the math on that?
Yeah, about $225,000.
A lot.
A lot of
To
money.
guys like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Marty?
Add in BP 700 too, Alan.
Yes, that's
To
right.
that total.
Scheduled pit stop a minute ago has dropped him down 2 laps down in 29th spot, Dave.
Here's why he came in. He wasn't anywhere near his fuel window. This is the left front tire. And Rob, if you can come over the top here, because I don't want to touch it because it's still really hot. This is the right front tire. Cord showing on the right front.
That's a camera situation we talked about just a moment ago inside our Home Depot virtual garage.
Right.
Let's see, 7th car. That's Matt Yoakum's pit. And get Matt to run over and take a look at the tires that came off of Jimmy Spencer's car, too, because he was on there for an unscheduled pit stop a lap before Junior and has put him way back in traffic. He's 27th now, 2 laps down. Just to back up. All right, you can get it for me right now. Go ahead, Matty.
The reason why Jimmy Spencer pitted, he reported to Tommy Baldwin, I have a bad vibration. I'm not sure where it's vibrating, but it's up in the front. Pitted back on lap 183. When they took the tires off, the inside shoulder of the left front blistered all the way around.
Okay. Rusty Wallace coming in. 73 laps to go. Questionable whether he'll be good to the finish from here or not, Marty.
Yeah, they asked him to go about 3 more laps. Rusty said, I just can't go very much longer. The car getting way too tight in the center. What they're going to do is a round of wedge in the left side. Doug Engel, the backup gas man, makes that adjustment. Long time on the right side for Rusty Wallace's team. Trouble on the right front. This will be a 4-tire stop. Costly stop on pit road under green. A long stop, and that will lose him some positions on the track.
You just got to hope now that all the other cars make a pit stop before something happens to bring out the caution flag.
Bill Elliott out in front, but his advantage is shrinking. It was 3.5 seconds a little bit ago. Now it's 1 1/3 as Jimmy Johnson closes in.
What's that, Ricky Rudd?
Is that Ricky Rudd smoking badly in front of Bill Elliott?
Yeah, NASCAR has been keeping an eye on that 21 car for a while. They say it's not dropping anything, so that's why he's been allowed to continue.
Ride with Ricky.
I don't imagine if you're the race leader coming up on the back of a guy to lap him and seeing that car smoking is a very good feeling.
No, that would not be good.
There it is, right there.
Now would be a good time for Bill Elliott to make a pit stop because a lot of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why it wouldn't be a good time to make a pit stop.
Because he can't make it the rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He's going to need to run a few more laps. Elliott coming up on the back of Larry Foyt. Tell you what, Larry Foyt in that 14 car is on the lead lap. What a great drive he's had. They did his best ever Winston Cup qualifying effort here on Friday with a 12th place start. He's on the lead lap in 19th place now. And we're almost at 300 out of the 400 miles. This is a team, no question, that has struggled.
Biffle?
Yep. Caution flag.
Right front tire.
Come on down.
Well, when they write the headlines on this one tomorrow,
Right, come on. Yeah, bud.
it's going to read, great new racetrack, but some work to do to get the tire situation worked out.
Well, a brand new pavement. I mean, that's the biggest problem they had was a brand new pavement. It just builds up the heat so fast on these tires.
Because there's so much grip in the racetrack.
All right, caution with 68 to go, so they make the pit stops with 67 to go.
Most of them will be able to make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, you'd think so. Greg Biffle wants out.
And it was announced he was competing with, let's see what you can see. Well, it's already lost a tire and hit the wall up in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't think it takes a great deal of imagination to figure out what happened there.
No.
Which you don't have much of anyway, so we know that's a stretch.
And Biffle had been competing with Jamie McMurray for the Bestest Rookie of the Year award, and didn't they announce earlier today that it was McMurray?
During the race today, it has been made official. Greg Biffle with a win this season, Pepsi 400 at Daytona in July. But his season's going to come up short of the finish with a crash up in turn 3 at Homestead. And there is the Bestest Rookie of the Year for 2003, Jamie McMurray. Very solid season for the 42, especially the second half of this season. Third on a couple of occasions, Indianapolis and the August Bristol race. Last 12 races, 7 top 10 finishes. He's moved up 8 places in the overall championship standings. And you see the rookie standings coming into today's season finale. So congratulations to Jamie McMurray, Rookie of the Year for 2003. Well, Ricky Rudd's huffing and puffing, but it hasn't blown the hood down yet.
It's coming from the front, it looks like.
Tony Raines just waved past the pace car, correcting an earlier mistake, NASCAR says, on their part. So he's going to get sent back around and get back on the lead lap.
I guess Larry Carter and the boys had continued to talk to NASCAR about their problems, so they finally gave him the lap back. Good for NASCAR.
I think we've got a little bit better view of what happened to Greg Biffle. Look ahead from Dale Jr.'s car.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Tire.
Not too good.
Problem. Boy, that 21 is really strong.
So pit road is closed, which is why none of the drivers came in. Greg Biffle turned his car across the pit exit and came to a stop in the infield by where some of the rescue trucks were, and they wanted to make sure they didn't leave any debris, so guys put on fresh tires and then cut the tires, leaving the pit lane.
Good thinking.
Yep. So here they come. Pit road is open. Stops are going to be with 65 laps to go. And we have 20 cars on the lead lap. That'll come in and pit here.
So everybody's going to take 4.
They got to. I mean,
you know,
it's a full tank of fuel.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe somebody back there that gets desperate and tries it.
Yeah.
66 to go with the tire situation. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't say it would be advisable. I said they might.
Dave.
And it won't be Bill Elliott. He'll take 4, please. The problem, they can only go about 63 laps on fuel, but that's just what they're saying on the radio. Marty?
Kevin Harvick hits the pit stall, bottom of your screen. Car tight on that run, 4 tires. Tear away off both sides of the windshield. Half round of wedge out of the left side, trying to loosen him up, Matt.
To win this race, Tony Stewart said, I need help just past halfway in the corner. I need to be freer. Jeff Gooch Patterson made a wedge adjustment. Greg Zipadelli shuffled the air pressures all the way around on this car, and he is going to beat the 9-car off pit road, Bill.
Great stuff by the 10 team, just 4 tires in fuel. He beat the 48 out of pit road. The only problem is they probably cannot make it from here on fuel.
Well, all they're going to need is about 1 more caution flag for 3 or 4 laps, and they got to give it a shot.
And they may even get it here if it takes them a few minutes to clean the track up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guys did a good job again.
Johnny Benson's team off pit road, 3rd.
Attaboy, Shane. Get excited.
Trying to send Johnny Benson out in style with a top 5 finish.